Hello, everyone. The issue today is what the statute of limitations is for old debts. I got a call from a woman who received a phone call from a debt collector collecting on a very old debt. Last time she paid on it or used the card was 10 years ago. And the question is can they call and threaten her or seek to collect on it? Statute of limitations for debt in Ohio is 8 years. It's just 8. Once 8 years passes, you no longer have an obligation to pay on it. The thing that becomes a little bit interesting under the law, especially dealing with statute of limitations, is that if you enter an agreement to repay a debt after the statute has passed, it can reset the statute of limitations. Similarly, if you pay on a debt after you have after the statute is passed, you can also reset the statute of limitations. So a statute runs out, and if they're able to collect any money, or if they get you to sign a new agreement, then they can enforce it in court. But if they fail to do that, then there's nothing they can do. They can't collect it from you. The phone call that I got was a little bit more interesting, because not only were they trying to collect on an old debt, but they actually told this person that if she didn't pay it, they would garnish her wages, and if she couldn't pay it, then her husband his wages would be garnished. She's on Social Security and he is not. That is also illegal. They cannot garnish wages if they don't have a judgment, and they can't have a judgment unless they have filed suit. In this case, they haven't filed suit. They don't have a judgment, so they cannot garnish their wages. By threatening to garnish wages when there's no ability to do that, that violates federal law. Because the caller was a debt collection agency. That violates the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. It's an automatic violation. So what we normally want as a law firm, if we're gonna take up the case, is we're gonna want the identity of that debt collector and specifically what they said or what they were demanding. What we generally ask for also is the 5-day letter. Once a debt collector contacts you, they have 5 days to mail you out the initial communication, which has to disclose a bunch of information about the debt. They have 5 days to mail that out. Being that the mail is a little bit slow these days, I say wait about 15 days after that first call, and then get that letter over to us, and we can evaluate making a claim. Fortunately, a lot of debt collectors record their calls, even if the clients do not. So as part of the lawsuit and litigation, we can get that information and address it with the debt collector. The damages for the client for this is up to $1,000 statutory damages plus attorney's fees. So the other side has to pay our fees for pursuing it, which makes it beneficial for us to take it on because we wouldn't do it otherwise, as well as for clients who usually have no means to pay out of their pocket. Congress specifically passed these laws for the purpose of enabling counsel to pursue it. Sometimes these are referred to as private attorney general's claims, where clients and their lawyers are able to consumers and their lawyers are able to pursue it. But the end answer to the question of the statute of limitations in Ohio for debts is 8 years. It's a little quirky when it comes to mortgages and mortgage loans. The law is shifting around quite a bit. I have made some strong arguments that it should be 6 years, but there's some acceleration and other kinds of issues that could make it 8. It could also push it out to 6 or 8 years past the last date that it's actually due. But that's a conversation for a different day. For your purposes, 8 years. If you have any questions, or if you're in Ohio or Florida and you'd like help with a mortgage, debt, or a loan, feel free to give my firm a call. It's 888-200-9824, or visit our website at doucettegirling.com or lonelawyer.law. Thanks so much. Good luck to you.